all right. If I felt something, like it could be anything. If I felt like I could do something and someone said it's impossible, I would be like, it's probably impossible for you. And they're like, what do you mean? I'm like, well, you can't see what I can see because it's my vision of the world. And for years, people doubted me. So I would get off on proving people wrong. I'd be like, you don't know what's inside me. And the more I had zero positive people, no one told me, not one person in my life told me it would be okay or I'll succeed. Not one. From school teachers told me I'd be a loser, from my parents to just fucking kids at school, from beaten down. And it just drove me more to be like, fuck you. You're going to read about me. I'm going to prove you wrong. Every bit of negative information made me stronger. It was literally like protein. Like I took it all and I just pumped up. It made me pump up more. It was the craziest switch in my brain. I was just like, you don't know me. You are so wrong. Like you're blinded to my ability. Now here's the crazy thing. To this day, my parents will never read one of my books. Never, no one in my family will. My dad rings me up and says, do you have a job? Like they can't fathom, because they took the first part of my life where I failed school, and their opinion of me is those grades. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I don't ever base someone else's assessment. And then what I do is I gather. So if I read a story, I don't need a lot of information. If I read a story and say, Roger Bannister broke the Formula mile. Okay. Everyone said it could be done. He did it. I'm like, okay, so what else is possible? So I want to live in the 1%. If someone says to me, well, is it like a 1% chance? I'm like, that's a lot. Because if I own 1% of like Apple, if I own 1% of Amazon, that'd be pretty cool. So I'm like, I would rather live in the 1% and take the road less traveled and be the guy that people tell. I get off from people telling those stories like, dude, he started a supplement company out of his fucking garage. Dude, that's everywhere. What kind of psycho does that? Oh, that's the guy that ran with a diaper on. That's my brain. I'd rather prove you wrong. I get off on getting up every day going, I wonder what I can do today that makes people go, this guy's fucking nuts. Like he's out of his mind. And I'm like, but I'm not miserable. I love life. See, I get up every day at 4:30, between 4 and 4:30, and I'm excited to see what's presented.